first part of today's lesson is on scientific notation. Scientific notation is a way that scientists easily handle very large numbers or very small numbers. For example, instead of writing 0.00000000056, we write 5.6 times 10 to the negative ninth. That shows us that it's 5.6, but the 10 to the negative 9 tells us it's a really, really small version of 9.6, or 5.6, so in other words, that. How do you make something scientific notation? Well, write the first digit of the number, place the decimal point, then the rest of the digits, and then 10 times 10 raised to whatever power of how many places you move the decimal. Right? So, for example, here, we move the decimal 1, 2, 3 places, so that's why it's 10 to the third. Big numbers need positive notation, and small numbers need negative notation. Okay? Small number, then the power is negative. If it's a large number, then the exponent is positive. So remember that. It's pretty straightforward. Practice, which is the largest or smallest number. That's a that's a small number. That's a large number. That's a very small number. Okay? This one would be 0.0019. This one would be 78000. This would be 0.02345678891011121314. 15. Okay, so you can kind of see how negative 15 means really small, and negative 3 means small, positive 4 means big. Okay? Multiplication, I recommend that you use parentheses. Okay? You just really put it in your calculator as it is, but if you use parentheses, then you're better off. You can go straight to putting your calculator in as scientific notation. For most of you, what that looks like is you would do 9.47, and then above the comma, there's that EE. You hit like that. It will only show up as one E in your calculator, but then you put negative 11. Now, a lot of kids will mess it up and put 9.47 E to negative 11, and that's bad. Okay? Or 9.47 times 10E negative 11, and that will also be bad because it reads it as times 10 to the, times 10 to the negative 11th. So you're adding an extra times 10 in there, which you don't need. Alternatively, you could put 9.47, and then above the log button there is a times 10 to the button that you can go straight for. Okay, but when you're putting things into the Blue website, into your homework, or any sort of computer website usually, you're going to use this notation, where instead of writing times 10 to the negative 11th, you can just write 9.407 E minus 11. And that's the notation that if somebody reads that, they know that what you mean is times 10 to the negative 11th. So again, when you're putting something like this in your calculator, you're just going to type it straight in. 8.18 E negative 6. Oh, I forgot my parentheses. Second insert, parentheses. Okay, times parentheses 1.15 E negative 5. And I get some number like that, 9.407 E to the negative 11th. Okay. Division with scientific notation. Same thing, right? Parentheses 5.3 E3 divided by parentheses 7.65 E5. Now division is where it's extra important to put parentheses. Okay. If you're using the e's, you're usually okay. But if you were to say divide by, or take 5.3 times 10 to the third, and then divided by 7.65 times 10 to the fifth, your calculator is going to read that as dividing by 7, but then timesing by 100,000 instead of dividing by 700,000. So you're actually going to end up with a really big number instead. Now, what if you do get a number like that and you want to see it in scientific notation? You can always, again, this is the wrong answer, but you can always hit mode, and then instead of decimal, or instead of normal, you hit over to psi, and then enter, and then quit, and then do your math again, and then it will give you that same number, except it will give it to you in scientific notation. So that means you could put that in straight as 6.92 E7. And that's the thing, you're a lot of times going to get a ton of extra decimal places. You don't need to write in all the extra decimals. Okay? As long as you write the first 3 or 4, and then jump straight to the E, you'll be fine when you get to the notation. Okay? So let's say we're looking at the actual correct answer, which is this one, but you want that in notation, so that's where this comes in handy. We can jump to 6.928 E negative 3. You can even, if you go to mode, no, but if you're using the calculator on the phone that I showed you guys, this isn't even visible. If you go up here, instead of degree, no, instead of decimal, nope, instead of normal, you go to psi. Psi is going to ask you how many digits you want to do. You can't see this very well, but you go up here in the corner to normal, and then down here, you go to scientific. Let's see if I can shade it out. I don't know. And then you can choose how many decimals you want. So if I do that, it's going to change my answer to 5.957 times 10 to the negative first. Okay? So that is scientific notation. Okay? Good luck.